Okay, welcome back everybody. You get to start with the infinite desktop again, because I don't want to edit this video, but that's okay. So this is lesson 3, using a compass to construct a perpendicular bisector. So I'm going to go through this with a physical compass, and then I'll show you how to do it on Delta Math. So to start out, you need a line segment here. It doesn't matter the size, just any line segment. You want to keep it kind of away from your writing there because of the marks that we're going to make. I'm going to go through the steps over here on the right hand side, and then like I said, we'll go through it on Delta Math. So step number 1 to construct a perpendicular bisector is you want to line up your compass with one of the two endpoints. So line up compass with an endpoint. Then you want to open your compass to more than halfway to the other endpoint. Doesn't matter how much more, it just has to be more than halfway. And you can eyeball that. If you're afraid that it might be less than halfway, then open it more. To more than, I'm going to call this just half. So I'm going to grab my compass here, put it on an endpoint, and I'm going to open it up just a little bit more, make sure it's more than half. Now, step 2, I'm going to make a semicircle that goes into the line. So make a semicircle. Alright, so back to my compass here. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go down. So I have this full semicircle. Alright, now you want to keep your compass at the same size and just move it to the other endpoint. So we're going to move the compass to the other endpoint. So again, grabbing my compass, not changing the size, putting it there. And now I don't have to make a full semicircle again. I just have to mark where it crosses that original semicircle. So I'm just going to say mark where it crosses. So I'm going to rotate my compass into the arc here. Make a little mark right there. It's going to look like a little X. Bring it up, and I'm going to make a little mark right here. Alright, so then step 5 is to connect the X's. Connect the X's. So for me, I'm grabbing my line tool. For you, it would be like a straight edge. Now, this creates what's called a perpendicular bisector. A perpendicular bisector does a couple things. First, the place where it crosses the line right here is the midpoint. I'm going to mark that as M. And it being the midpoint means that the distance from this endpoint to the midpoint is the same as the distance from the midpoint to the other endpoint. It also creates a line that intersects the first one perpendicularly, meaning it has a 90-degree angle. Alright, let's take a look at how to do this on Delta Math. So if we jump over to Delta Math here, the steps are exactly the same, but their tools are slightly different. So we're still going to start out with the compass. You're going to choose an endpoint. You're going to click and you're going to drag it out to be more than halfway to the other endpoint. Then make sure you're not grabbing the compass here, the size. You're going to use the pencil to make a semicircle. Now again, make sure you're not grabbing the size of the compass. You're going to grab the compass from the center, bring it over here. You're going to make 2 marks. One here and one here. Now make sure you're paying attention to the instructions on these. In this case it says your final answer should be exactly one blue line, not a line segment. So when I'm connecting these, I'm going to connect them with the line tool. I'm going to go from this dot to this dot and make sure that both of those blue points light up. And then from here you can just submit your answer. And there we go. So that's constructing a perpendicular bisector with a compass. Let's take a look at angles next here.